What's up, listenerton? I'm Fuzz Martin, and you've pressed play on a show that I like to call 15 Minutes with Fuzz. This show focuses on the positive things happening in and around Washington County, Wisconsin. This week, we're talking about a project that quite literally hits home for me. In February of 2023, Joel Fleischman and the team at Drexel Building Supply announced that they would be building a large manufacturing facility in the village of Kewaskum called the Blue Door District. The project is set to bring more than 100 jobs to Kewaskum, and it has a whole lot of potential for the community. Joel joins me remotely today to talk about the new facility, Drexel's culture, and what has made the company successful. With that, here are 15 minutes on Drexel's Blue Door District with Joel Fleischman on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. Joel, thanks for joining me today. Can we talk for a bit about the history of Drexel? You guys have been around for since like 85, right?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
How did Drexel get started?
My mom and dad started it in 1985. Was always been in Campbellsport, lumberyard here since 1842.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Remnants of any lumberyard is really from if there was a railroad track and a main street, there was a lumberyard. They had to bring lumber to build houses. So my dad bought it on a 20% loan in 85.
Wow.
Like basically a credit card.
Yeah.
With two other people. And then I joined in 96 when we had about 8 people full-time. But okay. I had worked there all part-time through grade school and high school. Started $1 an hour working in the yard. And I've done darn near every job that we have here.
Wow. And then Drexel grew from there, right? So how many locations do you guys have now?
We currently have 9 locations, 6 supply yards, and 3 manufacturing plants.
I know you're growing, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the growth coming up here, but what's that long-term vision for Drexel? You guys are in a growth pattern, right? Yeah, we've always grown about 20% a year. That's just Mario Andretti says you're not going fast enough if you're not spinning a little bit out the corners. Sure.
So we don't grow just to grow, but it does make us better, makes us stronger. My dad always said if a tree isn't growing, it's dying. No different than Kewaskum, right? I mean, you do have to just keep looking forward. Also really helps our builders so we can bring in better products for them. It helps our team because it creates growth opportunities for our team in different careers. So that's why we grow 20% a year. What does that look like? When I started, we had 8 people. We currently have over 800.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's kind of what that looks like. What our future looks like is really somewhat on a quick trip model, Costco Kirkland brand model. We want to make, now that with our volume and our buying power, we want to be more in control. The pandemic learned that. We want to make more things ourselves. We want to buy things more directly. We want to have our own brand, which is the Blue Door brand. That really means it's a trusted product, which means we buy it better than maybe the industry standard product at a lower price point and bring that to the marketplace.
Sure. And by controlling that and owning that, you guys can have better control over costs and how that goes down to the consumer.
Yeah, quality control, cost, better integration is, we call it vertical integration, speed of the ball, less touches. So yes, much better price point for the builder, but a much better quality because it's full integrated communication. A finished carpenter in West Bend can give us feedback, which we can take to the plant and make an immediate change, and he might see it in the next job globally.
Oh, really? Okay.
Without vertical integration, we're just giving feedback to a third party, second party, fourth hand knowledge to a manufacturer. The odds of that being improved are very, very small.
Most of your locations are in southeastern Wisconsin, and you have some that are kind of pushing towards central, right?
Yeah, correct. We have Columbus, which is Madison Market, New Berlin, which was formerly Brookfield, built new in New Berlin, takes care of Milwaukee, of course, Campbellsport here. And then we have Wrightstown, which takes care of the Fox Valley, Berlin, which is more of that central Wisconsin, and then over to Kiel, which takes care of that Tippecanoe County all the way down through the Grafton, Cedarbrook area.
Are you guys looking in your expansion to stay within Wisconsin? Or are you ever looking to branch out?
I'll never say never. I never thought we'd have more than 15 people in our company. So we do a lot of things that I've never thought we would do.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But I am not a world traveler. Under my legacy, I have a hard time believing that, but I would not say never. Our focus really is that vertical integration going forward in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just like a personal life. I think it's really hard to forecast anything beyond 5 years.
Totally agree with that. So your brand, let's talk about the Drexel brand for a minute. It's very prominent, obviously blue everywhere. It's great, but it's more than just the brand. Your culture, people who work for Drexel, people who talk about Drexel, that brand and culture comes through in everything that you guys do. You've got your supply happiness tagline. What's it like for the employees at Drexel and the people that work there, and why is that culture so important to you?
Yeah, we never do employees, so it's always words matter. We're team members.
Okay, yeah.
I never wanted to be an employee, so I don't want anyone to be an employee. I'd rather be a team member, which is what it really is. We are ESOP owned. I'm selling shares of my stock, so everyone here is an owner. They get shares of stock as just working here. But what's it like? A lot of people say they didn't realize what it was like till they started here. They didn't really think a place could be that positive and fun. It's really hiring positive people, first of all, and then just letting them go.
Mm-hmm.
And training them up for their mastery, really getting them to be really proud of your craft. You want to be a master of your craft. So a lot of training, a lot of focus on training. But at the end of the day, it is about supply and happiness and our 11 core values. And if you don't align with that, you're not going to work here. That's like a really real thing,
mm-hmm.
which people I don't think understand until they're here for like a week. And they're like, so that wasn't just orientation. And we're like, no, that's what we do.
In my own business, we're always striving for that. And it's great to see other companies who put that much into their culture and their experience. We have one employee who used to work at Drexel. I don't know why she doesn't work at Drexel anymore, but she still talks about how great the culture was there.
Not everyone works out. That's okay too. It's okay too.
Yeah. On top of all that, I'm very impressed with how Drexel gives back to the communities that you have locations in. Obviously, Campbell Sports, very Drexel blue. Blue Door Coffee is awesome. You support Kewaskum Athletics. What's that driver behind giving back to the communities that you're in?
End of the day, I'm a God guy, pretty spiritual guy. I do think there's something about the karma in the universe or God. The more you give, the more you do get. I feel we have a moral obligation, sense of pride, sense of community, sense of who we are. It's part of our culture. We're always going to give back. We do say it all the time, people over profits. And a million companies say that, but that's part of giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of our community. It's been so good to us. Our builders have been so good to us. The least we can do, the very least we can do is give back. And it does seem the more we give, the more God gives us gifts. So we're proud to do it.
That's wonderful. Back in February, Drexel announced that you'd be purchasing some land on the edge of the village of Kewaskum and building a new manufacturing facility called the Blue Door District. What can we expect? Tell us about what's going on there.
Oh, it's a really big facility. I think that's probably the one thing that people may not quite understand of us doing. It's over 1 mile in concrete walls.
Oh, wow.
It's 8.5 acres undercover.
Wow. Okay.
So kind of get that in your brain is kind of hard. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
Like I look at it, I'm like, that's a big place. So that's going to be the cool part. That's probably the big factor.
That location will, what will you be producing?
Doors and millwork
location
for our in-house use.
Doors and mill.
And that will be state-of-the-art, fully robotic, one of the only one in North America. It's going to be very high-tech. We'll do a lot of pre-finishing there. Most pre-finishing is being done on doors and trim with eyeballs. This will all be done with lasers, auto-picked.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's very manual labor. If you go to any cabinet shop, door and millwork shop, this will be primarily robotic, truly robotic, not just automated, which is maybe more of a catch term.
Sure, but you'll still have approximately 100 employees there, right?
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So right now, out of Jackson, there's about 60 people that work there, and that's just with one shift. So we'll be bringing those people over, expanding shifts, and 100 will be probably the starting point. That's probably be on one shift. We can probably expand to 300 people at some point when we go to 3 shifts eventually, and that will do 3 times what we're doing currently, at least. More than that. 9 times more with shifts. So 10 times more. Big numbers.
in my role, having seen where this started as to where it currently is, it's really cool to see this project coming to life and some of the even the growth from the initial plans that you had put together. So we obviously in the village of Kewaskum appreciate it, but from a business side, just seeing that, it's just it's really cool.
Yeah, I should mention too, approximately half of it's going to be our central distribution as well.
Okay.
So our doors, windows, and cabinets and trim will all come out of that facility. So currently it takes about 8 people to touch it from the manufacturing to our supply stores and then back to the job site. We'll get that down to 4 touches.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be, there'll be quite a few deliveries coming out of there. There'll be over 100 deliveries a day out of that location.
That's great.
It'll be much more streamlined.
Yeah.
Again, that vertical integration opportunities.
Excellent. How do you see Drexel's presence in the Blue Door District impacting our local community, especially in terms of economic growth and those job opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be some great jobs, but of course I would say that. But beyond that, we love to give back to our community, every community that we're in. Our team loves to eat. We like to go out for have a few beers. You got that many people working there. I think you'll see if you think you see Drexel sweatshirts in Kewaskum now, just wait. The blue wave's coming.
Perfect. See, I bought some countertops, so I got a hat with the countertops, and then I bought some more countertops for the bathrooms, some vanities, and I've got a nice T-shirt that I wear. So
we appreciate the business.
Well, we're going to need doors and windows here too. So
we'll hook you up.
I appreciate that. When will the Blue Door District be up and running?
We will not be up and running until 2025.
Okay.
The robots alone are out about 12 months.
Sure.
It's a large scale project. So you're going to be seeing dirt there moved all for a long time. There's going to be a lot of dirt moved. It's not only the building you have to move, you have to get all the entire district with the light, working with the DNR closely.
Sure.
Hit all those permits and make sure the water all runs appropriately and
Mm-hmm.
doing all the right things with that, with the roads and making sure all the roads are safe. So there's a lot of work there.
So what's next for Drexel past the Blue Door District? Do you have any other big projects on the horizon?
Within the Blue Door District, we're looking.
Or just Drexel as a whole.
No, that's our focus right now. That's going to be about a $50 million operation.
Wow.
So a lot of the capital investments going there.
Mm-hmm.
But we are always working on, we're about 7 different companies under one umbrella.
Sure.
Again, similar to going to Costco. You know, they're the largest wine seller in the world, right? So
mm-hmm.
similar to that, we have different companies under umbrella, and they always have unique projects going on. We love off-site construction, which is manufactured, speeding up the framing process down to we're bringing in new cabinetry lines. Currently, today alone, I just jumped out of our monthly sales training. So a lot of it has been, we brought 2 in-house trainers just to train our team every single day. So that's new. Lots of new stuff. It's hard to even keep up sometimes as the owner. So dynamic team doing really cool, cutting edge stuff.
That's great. Well,
that's why I don't have any hair.
If someone wants to explore either a career at Drexel or becoming a customer at Drexel, what's the best way to start?
DrexelTeam.com is our website. Thank you. Mic drop on that. We're on all the social media platforms. You can go right to careers page. My cell phone number is 920-979-4045. That's part about our culture and part about who we are. I'm super transparent. You want to call me direct, I'll send you in the right spots.
Awesome.
On anything.
That's fantastic. And again, kudos to you having more than 800 employees and being able to maintain a culture such as Blue Door does, or Drexel does, is just, it's really impressive. Congrats to you and your family for all that you've done, and thanks for what you're doing for the community.
Back to you guys. Kewaskum has been nothing but wonderful to work with. They've made it super easy, making it super fun, but also made it very, very impactful, made the decision very easy. They were very, very accommodating and welcoming. I've been born and raised in Kewaskum, so I got to say that, go Indians. But it has been a joy. We've worked with a lot of communities. Some are great to work with, some are difficult, and Kewaskum's been one of the best.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Thank you so much again to Joel Fleischman, President and CEO of Drexel Building Supply, for joining me to talk about the Blue Door District, which is currently being built on Highway 28 on the west side of Kewaskum. Again, it's going to be a wonderful addition to the village. And again, thank you to you for listening today. If you like the show, please be sure to hit the follow button. New episodes launch every Tuesday. And I like to learn new things. So if you have an idea for the show, please email me 15withfuzz@gmail.com. That is 15withfuzz@gmail.com. Spell out the word 15 instead of using the numbers. All of the episodes of this show are available at 15withfuzz.com. I hope the rest of your week is fantastic. And I will talk to you again next Tuesday, right here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.